Lesson 24. Solve problems about money. Study the example showing how to solve a problem about money, then solve problems 1 through 7. Example. Rita bought milk for 50 cents, a sandwich for $2.50, and a fruit salad for $1.25. She paid for her lunch with a $5 bill. How much change did Rita get? There's a reminder that $1 is 100 cents, and if $1 is 100, then $5 is 500 cents. This shows Rita spent 50 cents for the milk, plus 250 cents for the sandwich, and 125 cents for the fruit salad, which equals 425 cents. She paid for her lunch with a $5 bill, which would be, if $5 is 500 cents, that means she paid with 500 cents. And then you take away the amount that she spent, which was 425, and the part left over is 75 cents. Rita got 75 cents, or this is another way to write 75 cents, in change. Number 1. The picture below shows that $5 is the same as $3 in bills plus 8 quarters. Cross out the bills and coins to show the amount that Rita spent on lunch in the example above. So we know that Rita spent 425 cents. That 400 cents would be the same as $4. Because if $1 is 100, 400 is $4, but there's still 25 more cents. So that makes $4.25. So what we want to do is cross out $4.25 from the money that's shown here in the picture. We'll start with the $1 bills. So we need 4 whole dollars. So that would be $1, $2, and $3. Well, we need one more whole dollar. This tells us that $1 is equal to 4 quarters. So if we take 4 of these quarters, that is equal to $1. And that would be our 4th dollar. So $1, $2, $3, and that makes $4. But that's not all of what she spent. She also spent 25 more cents. So that would equal 1 quarter is 25 cents. That means 1 quarter would also need to be marked out. And then that shows the leftover part not marked out are these 3 quarters. And these 3 quarters would equal 25, 50, and 75 cents, which was the change that she received. Number 2. How can you find the change Rita gets by looking at the picture above and explain? So that's what we just talked about. These 3 quarters that are left not marked out is the change that Rita received. And we know 1 quarter equals 25 cents. And if you have 25 3 times, that equals 75 cents. Or you would say 25 and 1 more would be 50 and 1 more would be 75. So you can write that in your own words there. Number 3 says, Josh bought 4 movie tickets and 2 large popcorns. Each movie ticket is $8. Each popcorn is $5. How much money did Josh spend? So for the movie tickets, 1 ticket equals $8. 1 movie ticket is $8. He bought 4 of those. So we would have the amount of $8 4 times, which would be $8 times 4. And that's a multiplication fact. 8 times 4 equals 32, or $32. So the cost of tickets would be $32. Now the popcorn is $5. So $5 for 1, but there are 2 popcorns that were purchased. So that would be $5 2 times. And that's another multiplication fact. 5 times 2 equals $10. Now the next part says tickets and popcorn. So this is where we would need to add together. The amount for tickets was 32, plus the amount for popcorn was 10, and 32 plus 10 is 42. So Josh spent $42. Number 4, Mandy has a total of $2 in change in her purse. Complete each set of coins below to show amounts equivalent to $2. A says 4 quarters. So I'm going to list this out over here. 4 quarters, 5 dimes. And then we don't know the amount of nickels. What I want to do is figure out what each of these is equal to. So we're trying to get to a total of $2. We know that 4 quarters from the previous page, it said 4 quarters is equal to $1. 5 dimes, if 1 dime is 10 cents and we have 5 of them, that would equal 50 cents. So far, if you total up the amount of the quarters and dimes, that total right now is $1.50. We're trying to get to $2. So to get from $1.50 to $2, we would need another 50 cents. So the question is, how many nickels would it take to equal 50 cents? So some amount of nickels, and we know every nickel is worth 5 cents. So we would need 5 cents. How many times to get to 50? So the missing number would be 10. 10 nickels, so 10 times 5, because they're each 5 cents, equals 50 cents, and that would make our $2. B says 10 pennies. So if we have 10 pennies, that is equal to 10 cents. We don't know how many dimes. We know it's 3 quarters. And if each quarter is 25 cents, 3 quarters is 75 cents. And 5 nickels. If 1 nickel is 5 cents, 5 nickels equals 25 cents. Now, if we were to total up what we have so far, the ones would be 10, so right now we have a total of $1.10. To get to $2, from $1.10 to get to $2, remember that the next whole dollar would need to be 100 cents, and if we have 10, we would need 90 more. So we're going to figure out in dimes how many dimes is equal to 90 cents. Well, if 1 dime is 10 cents, how many times 10, how many dimes would we need to get to 90 cents? And the answer would be 9. 9 times 10 is 90. So we would need 9 dimes. So B would be 9 dimes. And I forgot to fill in A at 10 nickels. Okay. For C, we've got 2 quarters. I think I should have room. I'll try it up here. So 2 quarters. And 2 quarters, there's 25 cents each, so 2 of them would be 50 cents. And then 12 dimes. So 12 dimes would be, remember a dime is 10 cents, so that's just 10 times 12. And remember, if you're multiplying by 10, that shortcut is to add that 0. So that's 120 cents, which is the same as $1.20. Then we've got 3 nickels. Remember, a nickel is 5 cents, so 5 cents 3 times would be 15 cents. And then we don't know how many pennies, but we're going to total what we have so far and figure out how much more we need. All right, so we've got $1.85. We need to figure out how much we need to get to the next dollar. And what we could do is 100 subtract 85 because we already have that one whole dollar, so we just need one more. If you can't do that mentally, you can always write it out. So 15 more cents are needed to get to the next whole dollar, which would be a total of $2. And since we're working with pennies, and pennies are 1 cent, that means we would need 15 of those. So 15 pennies would be what's missing. Okay, letter D. We don't know how many quarters. We've got 4 dimes, 6 nickels, and 5 pennies. So 4 dimes. A dime is 10 cents, so 4 of those would be 40 cents. 6 nickels. A nickel is 5 cents, so 6 times 5 would make 30 cents. And 5 pennies would be 5. Now we'll total this up. And we have 75 cents. So if we're at 75 cents, we know that one more quarter will get us to one whole dollar. But we need another whole dollar. And think about how many quarters you need to make another whole dollar, where that's 4 whole quarters. So if you had one more quarter, that would get us to $1. And then if we had 4 more quarters, that would be another whole dollar. And that would get us to our 2 whole dollars. So we've got the 1 quarter and the 4 more, which totals 5 quarters. So 5 quarters would be what's missing. All right, number 5. A pound of apples cost $1.30. Sawyer bought 2½ pounds of apples. How much did Sawyer pay? All right, so we've got $1.30 for 1 pound. So if 1 pound equals $1.30, and then Sawyer also bought another whole pound, which is $1.30, we could add those together. So 3 and 3 is 6, and 1 and 1 is 2. So that shows us how much for just the 2 pounds, not including that ½ pound. For that ½ pound, we're going to have to figure out what half of the 1 pound cost is. The easiest way, or I think the fastest way to do this, would be to break up that $1.30 by first breaking up or thinking about what half of $1 would be. So half of the $1 would be 50 cents. And half of the 30 cents would be 15 cents. And if we put those together, we would get 65 cents. So that half of a pound would be, or would cost 65 cents. So we'll add that over here to the 2 pounds that we already have, because we added 1 pound, 2 pounds, and got this amount. Now we're adding that 1/2. And the total would be $3.25. All right, number 6. Bree earns $3,000 a month. Every month, she spends $1,400 on rent and bills, $700 on groceries, $200 on a car payment, and $100 on gas. Then she saves the rest. How much money does Bree save? So this is a little bit like a part whole, where we have the whole amount of $3,000, and then we've got all these little parts, and we're going to put all of those parts together and then take them away from that total that we started with. So first, let's just add up all of these parts. So $1,400 on rent and bills, $700 on groceries, $200 on a car payment, and $100 on gas. So our ones and our tens totals are 0. But then if you look at that hundreds column, I see some compatible numbers that work well together. So I'm going to combine this 1 and 2 to make 3. And then I know 3 and 7 easily makes 10. And then that 4 more would be 14. So the amount that she spends, or that she has to use to pay for different things, is $2,400. But she starts with $3,000. So we're going to take that amount that she starts with and subtract the amount that she has to put towards other things. And then we'll have the amount that she is able to save. And then in our thousands place, that 2 minus 2 would be 0. So the remaining part of her monthly earnings is $600. So she gets to save $600. Okay, number 7. Regular bananas cost 20 cents each at the supermarket. Organic bananas cost 30 cents each. If you have $3, how many more regular bananas than organic bananas can you buy? Okay, so we'll need to figure out how many bananas we can purchase with our $3 if we're getting regular and if we're getting organic, and then we'll have to compare those two. So the most basic way to do this would just be to add 20 cents until we get to $3. That's going to, it might take a minute, but we'll figure out exactly how many we can purchase. So let's just start with 5, and let's see how much money it would cost for us to purchase 5 regular bananas. So that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And then that 1 would be carried over. So this shows us that if we purchase 5 regular bananas, that will cost $1. Now we have $3. So really, we could purchase 5 bananas 3 times. And 5 bananas 3 times would equal 15 bananas. If 5 bananas is $1, and you do that 3 times, then 15 bananas would be $3. So let's just look at it this way. 5 bananas equals $1, 5 bananas equals $1, and 5 bananas equals $1. So you've got a total of 15 bananas and you've spent $3. So for regular bananas, we would be able to purchase 15 with our $3. Now for our organic bananas, they are 30 cents each. Now let's just think about 30 cents and $3. If we were to have 30 cents 10 times, let's add that up and see what that would equal. Okay, I know it's long, but I think it'll be a little bit faster. If we can do it this way, we know that this first column, the total would be 0, but now we've got 3, 3, and 3. So we've got the number 3 multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. So think about that. It's the number 3 10 times. That's the same as 3 10 times, or 3 times 10, which equals 30. So if the total of all of these are 30, then the 3 would be carried to the dollar place, and we've got our $3. So we were able to purchase 10 organic bananas for these with our $3. So for organic, we were able to purchase 10. Now, that's not the question though. Remember, the question says, how many more regular bananas than organic bananas can you buy? So now, how many more tells us that we need to subtract these two amounts. Regular was 15, organic is 10. So how many more is 15 than 10? You may be able to do that mentally. If not, if you just subtract those two, the difference is 5. So you could purchase 5 more regular bananas than organic bananas.